Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time it is when you come across this video, this feed. Today is Thursday, January 29th, 2026. I'm going to start us off with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, Ashe. Today has been a really kind of wacky day all around for me. Just a lot of disruptions, a lot of newness, a lot of what feels like the beginning of a lot of little changes. New friendships. It's something that's been coming up in the energy a lot here. But today I really it's almost like, it's almost like today was like a glitch day or something. It's really weird. But nonetheless, here we are. And we're going to do part 2 of the morning video. I've started splitting it into a morning and an evening video, or however you want to say it, rising. And I never really know what to say. Like I know to say grand rising, but what other words can you use in place of morning? I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that because I keep making that slip. Okay, we're just going to kind of do an overview of what came out this morning, this AM, this rising. I guess that's how we'll say it, this rising. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. That's Matthew chapter 6, verse 21. That was our scripture for the day. I make like a friendship farmer and fertilize all my easy, joyful friendships. That was our daily mantra. I am healing even if it doesn't feel like it. That's our grief affirmation for the day. For our chakra affirmations, we got 7th chakra, crown chakra, grace, and 2nd chakra, sacral chakra, sensuality. These are the cards that got pulled this morning. So if you didn't see the morning video, you can watch that video and I read the entire card. But this right now, we're just doing an overview. All right, our angel numbers were 3, harmony, 44, take a risk, and 5, transformation. From the affirmators deck, we got positive thinking, get centered, connection, and inspiration. And from the wild offering oracle, we got mistakes, abundance, money, and impatience. So, and something that I want to point out is even though this is a double 4, you have 3, 4, 5. So number synchronicities, in the video we did yesterday, or maybe it was day before yesterday, we got the, excuse me, the 44, 42 signs. Number synchronicities could be one of the many signs that you're seeing that could indicate that those changes we've been talking about, whether those changes are directly caused by you or just by your environment. Okay, so now we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to pull one from the new Oracle deck Believe in your own magic. Last time we got nostalgia, talking about not ruminating in the past, not projecting yourself into the future, but being in the moment. We referenced the Mary Magdalene card where it talks about 3 intentional breaths, taking 3 intentional breaths, pausing, and actually focusing on your breath can bring you back to the present moment. We talked about the hamster wheel of ruminating thoughts. If you know, you know. A lot of us have dealt with that. But I'm sure I know there's people out there that don't deal with it, but that can be a very toxic and dangerous frame of mind to get stuck in. Villain and sundress fell out because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. But nonetheless, I've spent many hours in that frame of mind, and really nothing good comes from it. If nothing else, it prolongs the pain. And when we really focus on something that we've been through, especially if it's something negative, something painful, something emotional, something traumatic, when we relive those moments in our mind, our body physically relives those emotions. That causes high cortisol levels. It causes all kinds of anxiety conditions and depression. It can just lead down a really dark path. So if anybody comes across this that's dealing with that, please know that I really do sympathize, and I know how easy it is and how comfortable it can become to be in that frame of mind. And I want to encourage you to find something that not only breaks you out of that pattern, but also soothes you and kind of loves on your inner child a little bit, whether that's coloring, playing outside, listening and dancing, listening to music and dancing, whatever it is that does it for you. It's different for different people. Okay. Believe in your own magic oracle. Whoa. Look at that. Nostalgia came right back out. And universe. Number 31 and 33. We also see sword, red, tree, and morning. These didn't actually flip over though. But if you notice in this sword picture, in the mirror, look, she's fixing to cut her hair. And it looks like she's fixing to cut quite a bit off. That's a pretty significant change, right? We were talking about making changes. Make the change. Look at that. I didn't even look at what it said. Look, that's what it says on the bottom of the card. Make the change. Shut up. I didn't even see that. Then it says red, forgive. We talked about forgiveness yesterday. Or was that today? That was yesterday. We got the forgiveness card in the Affirmators deck. These look like maybe tomatoes that she's growing in her bathroom. Interesting. And then tree. We've gotten tree energy several times over the last couple days from different decks. This is reminding me about the part in the Bible. Who is it? Oh, wow. I can't remember who it is that sits under the tree. He was the architect. I can't remember which disciple that was. Anyways, that's what I'm seeing him. That's what that's making me think of. Anyways. Let them go is what it says. Morning, the world awaits you. This is the one that we got the other day. And I associated it with Pisces energy or water energy because if you notice, she's she's underwater. If you look at her window, there's fish outside her window. And she's got a seashell crown because she's a mermaid. And then there's a fish on her little box right there too. And then we got the nostalgia, which we just put back in there, and it came right back out, even though I shuffled the cards. And then universe 31. We are all just stardust. We got 31 and 33 are the ones that actually flipped over. So 31, 31, 33 or 33, 31. Yeah, if you do it that way, then you've got 333. So something, we got 3 as one of our angel numbers with the harmony. So nostalgia, universe, and harmony all aligning with 3 energy. All right, let's see what the book says with these. We had raindrops on the bottom of the deck. And then stars. You can manifest your every wish and take a chance on them. We saw this card the other day and we referenced friendships and also fairies. So angels, ancestors, spirit guides. All right, let's see. 31 and 33. Universe, we're all just stardust. Let me see how well I can. There you go. When we're children, we can barely comprehend the vastness of our own lives, let alone the existence of other planets. It's not long before we learn we aren't the center of the universe. We are but specks of stardust and one of its many skies. However, we must all still do our part to take care of our own individual worlds, or else it throws everything else out of balance. Make sure to keep balance in your life, but don't forget the big picture stuff. Recycle, don't litter, and give thanks. Oh, I love that. All right, and we already know nostalgia because we just got that. That's about, I literally already talked about that already. So, moving on. All right, we'll do some Angel of Abundance. Last time we got face your financial fears, cooperation instead of competition, and clearing debts. We've got dreams of abundance on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Angels of Abundance Oracle. I didn't mean to keep all those cards out, but oh well. I already put the box away. I just now realized I kept that whole stack. That could be something of significance in itself. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. Whoa. That one might have went to where I can't get it. Sever vows of poverty. Let's see, is that it? Yes. Attracting, not chasing. Confirmation. I don't know if I can stop that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. We got moonlighting on the bottom of the deck and face your financial fears on the top. We just put that back in. All right. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. We talked about that this morning. It's been a topic that's come up a lot. What you put out is what comes back to you. The monk guy gives an example. Let me see if I have here. Maybe we can do this. He uses a strand of wooden beads, but I'm going to use my walking pad remote to show you an example. When you chase after something, you're chasing it and you're pushing it away from you. But when you stop chasing, when you stop pushing it, what happens? It comes back to you, right? So it's more about setting intention and carrying, living your life, preparing for as if it has already happened. Like, as far as your gratitude and your reciprocation and just your energy in general. All right, sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of unlocking any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. And I mean, you can make some dramatic affair out of it if you want to, but literally all you have to do is tell your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High, tell them, I sever any vows of poverty that I have ever consciously or unconsciously set on myself. That's it. The power of the tongue. There is power of life and death in the tongue. You know, if you're constantly complaining and thinking about all the negative things about life, it's going to keep you in a negative mindset. So the way you overcome that is you push through the pain, you find the lessons to be learned, and you make the most out of whatever situation you have. And as long as you walk in an attitude of gratitude and you put your best foot forward and you don't hurt anybody else in the process, you know, you will overcome whatever it is. This too shall pass. All right, now we're going to pull from the nature seasons. Last time we got fox, sunset, and sky. We've got autumn on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Nature Seasons Oracle. Wisdom. Learning and growth. Wisdom comes from experience and learning. Today, take a moment to reflect on past experiences and learn from them. What did I just say? Every challenge and every failure is a stepping stone to wisdom. Keep learning and growing. There's always something to learn. Even if you can't benefit in any other way from a situation, if you learn something, then you've gained something. You've got ocean on the bottom of the deck, depth and subconscious. The depth of the ocean calls to your inner intuition. Listen to your inner voice and explore the depths of your subconscious. Uncover hidden emotions and answers through quiet moments, gaining clearer insight into yourself. That inner intuition, that, reaching deeper than what you've done so far. Maybe even something happening. Have you ever had one of those moments where, like, you think you're over something, you think you've healed from fill in the blank, whatever trauma or heartbreak, and then something comes along and it feels like somebody just like cut open the scar and reopened the wound? Sometimes we think we've healed from things when really we've just done a better job at hiding them. Okay, and then we have wit and adaptability on the top of the deck. We just put that back in there. Fox energy. Today requires adaptability. Change is inevitable, but those who can adjust quickly will find opportunities in the chaos. Stay calm, respond flexibly, and use your cleverness to find the best solution. Stay calm, just breathe, woo-saw, find your woo-saw. Confirmation, somebody just slammed their car door. All right, let's see what Celestial Insights got for us. Yesterday we got enlightenment and marriage. We got true love on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. I guess we'll pull from the Love Oracle next. So, the wit and adaptability, connecting back to the Wild Offering Oracle with the money and the abundance. Kind of going back to what we talked about yesterday, using an old skill in a new way. Maybe like in a spiritual way, going back to the universe and tree. Make the change with the sword of truth. All right, Celestial Insights. And, also remember the angel numbers. Harmony, take a risk, and transformation. 3, 44, and 5. I don't know if you can still hear that or not. I tried to mute it, but I apologize if you can hear it. All right, we got honor. Respect for yourself and others is key to your growth. Have you felt a lack of respect in some areas of your life? By setting clear boundaries and honoring yourself, the world will follow suit. Look at that. We got boundary on the bottom of the deck. So establishing clear boundaries, standing your ground. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial for your well-being. Do you feel overwhelmed by others? Clearly define your limits to protect your emotional and mental space. Then on the top of the deck, we got telepathy. Your intuition is connecting you with others. Have you experienced moments of deep understanding with someone? Pay attention to these subtle connections. They could hold the answers you need. Double confirmation on the connection energy. We got that with the affirmators deck this morning. I'm connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. Setting boundaries is something that a lot of us as people pleasers struggle with. Make it a priority as you're starting new collaborations, you know, as you're taking risks, as you're going through transformation. Make sure that you establish clear boundaries, especially if you're working with someone, like in a business partnership or something like that. Make sure you establish clear rules, regulations, guidelines, expectations. All right, now we'll do the Love Oracle. This is coming to an end. Fell off the top of the deck as I opened it. We've been getting a lot of that here lately. About something, a chapter, a season coming to an end. If you remember back before Christmas, we were getting that, you know, energy of preparing for this part. Actually taking action, slowly starting to put things into motion, whether that's starting to make subtle changes, you know, whether that's in your diet, whether that's in your, I may end up having to come back. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to come back because I'm going to have to answer this. Okay, I'll be back.